guys, welcome back to Creating with Mimi. I'm so excited to be talking about this video and this decor style that everyone seems to get wrong, but we're going to straighten it up today, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about transitional decor design style. Yes, transitional. Everybody seems to get it wrong and think that it is a mix of hodgepodge, throwing everything in together, and it's not. There are a few rules in reference to transitional that I think you're going to want to hear about. First up, transitional style is one of the three major styles in design. There's traditional, there's contemporary, and then there's transitional. We can say modern being one of them, but a lot of people are not modern. We're talking about the majority of people fall somewhere between traditional, transitional, and contemporary style. It's the blend of traditional and contemporary, so mixing the two together. Now, within that category style, there can be an array of decor styles you could place in that main category of transitional. Those subcategories can be what we call California Beach, Farmhouse 2.0, Eastern Coastal, and Rustic. Those would be subcategories that would fall into the traditional. This style of decor can be tricky, and in my opinion, I think it's the most difficult to try to nail. But we're going to talk about a few rules that you can incorporate into your design style, and that will help you create the transitional style that you guys are looking for. Let's go over some basic rules. First up, the color scheme seems to be softer. All of the outer walls are softer colored, and they all come together. The floor is soft. The whole overall decor style is a softer, lighter color where you're going to mix your creams and your beiges for the most part. Even in the kitchen, it's going to be a white kitchen pretty much, and then you'll bring in some of the blonde color wood, some of the blonde oak colors, and that whole color scheme is what we call transitional. Take a look at some of these images and then you'll get an idea. Lighter tones, softer tones, because lighter tones are supposed to be softer and they're supposed to be more calming. That is depending on the eye of the beholder, because sometimes to me you can find some very beautiful blues that are soft and are very calming for the room. That main color scheme that you're working with, the lighter colors, you want to pull it all the way through, i.e., you want it on the walls. Your larger pieces of furniture like the sofa, you want those to be light cream colors as well. Most of the chairs in the room, you want it to be a light cream color. In my living room, I've switched and went to a transitional type living room where all the walls are white. Even the wainscoting is white. The sofa's off-white, very little color, and that gives me the opportunity to switch up the colors, the accent colors. I went from pink to a blue to a black, and in the monotone, if you keep everything else light, you're pulling that color throughout, then you feel free to use whatever colors that you want as accent colors. Those things will be pillows, artwork placed on the wall. Maybe your lamps may be a different color, but keep the rug monotoned as well, or have it to be the same color as what's going on with the sofa and what's going on the walls. The key to transitional is less pattern and more texture. If you can have texture in your pillows, in your accent chair fabric could have a texture. Not a whole lot of pattern you're going to see in a transitional space. Once you've decided on an overall color theme that you want, i.e. the walls are light, now you're going to start building on that style. You're going to select your furniture pieces. Keep in mind they're going to be a light color, but in terms of style, choose which style that you're going to fall under. Farmhouse 2, California style, rustic style. So it doesn't necessarily matter what that style is, but now if you choose that particular style, for me, it's more transitional in terms of my lines. I want clean lines on all of my furniture. If I choose straight furniture in the back, so the shape of the furniture is straight, your armchair should be straight. Your accent tables should have a straight line to it. Or if you want that traditional portion of it and you choose to have scrolled arms, those pieces are going to have a similar effect, working and blending all of that together. If you have a scrolled arm sofa, then you want to have a chair that has some type of movement in it. And it may be a wood arm that has a robe in the wood arm. You would be perfect with that traditional portion of making it more transitional. If you decide to do that transitional, but you're more on the contemporary flair, take a look at some of these gorgeous scrolled sofas, and they have round edges to it. The chairs are round edges. The sofa has a round edge. You can even place some of that mid-century modern style into the transitional, and it's still, the overall feel would be a transitional type decor. But you've created texture, you've keeping everything the same color. So you may have 4 chairs and a sofa, but they will all be beige or off-white or light color blue or light green, a linen color. So that's the idea, is keeping things where they're complementing one another, similar lines in terms of the furniture. Like, you definitely don't want to mix a straight modern sofa and then do traditional wingback chairs. That is not transitional. That would not be considered transitional. Accent furniture is going to be considered the supporting pieces to the overall scheme of having a transitional space. So your chairs are going to be accent, but they're support. So since they're supporting a large sofa, you want to have that to be similar in style. Pay attention to the form, the lines of the furniture. Straight back, straight line sofa is going to require you to have a straight line chair. Tip number 3 or 4, I'm not sure where we are in terms of the tips, but you want to create a focal point in that space, in that room. And so what I like to say is separate the room in terms of your mind. The living room is one, the kitchen is another. Each one of those rooms, you want to create a focal point, and only one focal point. So there should only be one focal point in a transitional type room. If that focal point is going to be your fireplace area and you're going to place a gorgeous print over the fireplace, then that is your focal point. If you want your sofa seating area to be your focal point, then highlight and emphasize on that. What I like to see, and what I typically do in transitional type of designs, is the focal point should be up to bring your eye up on the wall. That can be a large picture behind a sofa, or a large print, or a large piece of wall art. That's the focal point. And only one in the space, instead of having several different large images in a room. Even if the room is large, you want to create one focal point that brings your eye up into the room, and everything else is going to be contemporary accent supporting pieces to the one focal point that you've created. The same is true if that is your kitchen and you have decided that you want a transitional kitchen. Create one focal point. Is it the back stove? Is it the sink area where you have a farmhouse sink and you're looking out into beautiful landscaping? Whatever that one focal point is, create that focal point. The eye is going to continually move in a space. Transitional style is where we blend the old and the new, and we're layering that blend with a texture and keeping that soft colors, monochromatic colors, keeping everything soft and element, but using texture to add layers and blending the old and the new.
Everything about you perfectly undone, and I was like a statue staring into the sun.
like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more content, subscribe. Until next time, make every day a great day.